Hey guys, what's up? So this is actually my second time recording this. The first time went smooth and everything, except when I looked back at it, it was like all choppy and stuff because I was recording it on a new software, whatever. Anyway, yeah. So this video is just gonna be a quick update on where I'm at with my social media marketing agency, and a quick tip for you guys. Whether you're running a social media marketing agency or anything you're doing, if you're trying to create a business for yourself or a brand for yourself, or if you already have a business for yourself, this tip will really help you out in figuring some things out along the process. So let's get into it. So, an update of where I'm at. It is March 15th, middle of March. I signed 2 new clients recently, but I am working for free. I know, I'm sorry. But I did it for good reason, I think, in my opinion, right? So right now I'm working with a yoga studio, a local yoga studio, and an e-commerce store. So I'll give you the reasons why I decided to work with these people for free, right? So let's start with the yoga studio. So I called her up, cold call, requested the meeting, usual thing. And I realized that I realized through speaking with her that she was already doing ads for her business. She was already doing Facebook ads. She'd been doing so for a while. So I offered to just lend a helping hand, right? And because I saw some areas of improvement, things that could be tweaked, you know, little changes that could be made that could make her ads that much better. So I said, okay, I'll come in and I'll just help you. You don't have to expect any charge. All I ask for in return is if I do my job well, I'd like a testimonial of my services, right? That way I can use that testimonial in the future when people ask, what work have you done already? What are your reviews? Because when I'm choosing something, I look for good reviews as well. So it's only natural to have that good reviews. So instead of taking payment upfront in the form of cash, I take payment in the form of testimonial, right? And if she's satisfied with my services and wants to continue after I've shown her results, then we can talk about hard payment, right? So that's my reason for doing that one. And the e-commerce store, honestly, I could have charged him, but I didn't, and here's why. So first off, I didn't meet him through cold call or anything. I actually went out with a couple friends to play soccer, got to talking, and turns out, he had an e-commerce store. We talked about different ways of advertising and e-commerce and Shopify and the advantages of drop shipping versus private label, all that stuff, right? We got into talking about that stuff. So it was cool to see somebody who was in the same mind space as me. So we connected and we were talking about the e-commerce store. What could we do? What could we do with Facebook to try to drive more purchases to the store? And like I said, I could have charged him, and he was willing to, right? But I decided not to because advertising in the e-commerce space is a completely different terrain than advertising for local businesses, because one, you're trying to convince people to come into an actual brick and mortar, and the other, you're trying to convince people to buy a product off your website. So the customer flow is completely different, right? Of course, the same end goal is purchase, but the flow is different. The path is different, right? And therefore, the strategy is different. And I'd never done e-commerce before, whereas I've done local business before. So, I had to, and I'm still learning, you have to learn which strategies are the right way to implement, especially in the niche that his store is in, right? So I wasn't confident in my ability to deliver. So I was like, you know what? Let's just work together, find out what works. I won't charge you. This will be a great learning experience for me and for you as well. And really, at the end of the day, I just approached it as a partnership, right? Which is how I approach all of my clients, because I feel like that's the smartest way to approach it. Because when you treat people like they're just people that buy from you, then it's kind of like there's no real relationship there, right? Like money is the only thing that binds you. But when you approach it like a partnership, it's more so you build a business relationship, you build a professional relationship with the people that you're working with that's long term. And that's what I want to do. And not only is it logically smarter, but it just naturally, like, that's naturally how I approach people when I want to work with them, right? I don't work for them, I work with them, right? So I feel like it's a much more holistic approach to what I'm doing and to selling myself. And so that's the approach I took. But at the end of the day, I know that I could be more assertive with my price. I could definitely work on that. I'm not going to deny that, but I feel like I made the right long-term decisions in doing this work for free, right? So, yeah, that's the current update of where I'm at in March of this year. I'm still not cold calling every day like I know I should be, but working with 2 clients now kind of feels like enough right now, especially hopefully when I turn them into cash paying clients. And then once I can automate it, because I'm trying to figure out the winning stuff for each of them. So like once I can get those 2 on a roll, then I can add another 2 and do the same thing. And I think that's gonna be the easiest thing for me, the most flexible thing for me, because remember, I do go to school, so I really don't like having my days completely packed with work. That's not my vision at all, so I'm just taking it 2 clients at a time. But yeah, so that's an update. Let's get into the one tip that I have for you that can really help out your business that I had to use recently. And that tip is actually a website. You've probably heard of it before, but if you haven't, then you're about to. Fiverr, right? So Fiverr is a freelance website where people can list their services to be bought on freelance terms, on contract, or you can buy freelancers. It's a freelancer commerce website, right? It's a marketplace. And I've used it before for logo design and business card design, right? Those things you can get for really cheap. The reason they call it Fiverr is because a lot of the services are $5. $5 is the lowest you can charge, right? That's the starting price. So I knew it was good for logos and everything like that, but I'd never tried anything outside of that. But one of the challenges I faced when creating ads for the e-commerce store that I'm working with right now was the copy. I kind of had the rest of the strategy down as to how I wanted to approach the objectives and how I wanted to utilize their pixel, but I didn't know what I should put for the copy. And it was hard finding inspiration in that niche. So what I did was, first I spent like 2 days just brainstorming, and it sucked. I sucked. I did not come up with any good copy. And then I'm in AMA, the American Marketing Association at FIU, and I went ahead and asked some of my peers, like, hey, do you know anybody that's good with copywriting? But I couldn't really find anybody that matched what I needed. So I was just like, dang, what do I do? And I remembered Fiverr, right? So I go onto Fiverr, I look through, and I had to find somebody that could help me with the copywriting, that can do some copy for me so I can get these ads up and running, right? So I went ahead, did that. It turned out great. I think I got delivery yesterday, I believe. It only took 2 days for the dude to turn it in. It was a great experience, and it only cost me $10, $12 because I had to pay a fee to Fiverr. Yeah, let me show you how Fiverr works. I'm just gonna jump on Loom real quick. So I'll see you there. Hey, so here we are. I'm about to show you exactly how to use Fiverr. Excuse me if the video is laggy a little bit here. The internet speed is not the best right now, but yeah, excuse that. So we are going to go to fiverr.com. That's Fiverr. It's 2 R's. I'm already logged in. When you get to Fiverr, if you don't already have an account, you're gonna wanna go and create an account. It's free. You just have to have an email and password. It's nothing hard. They make it really simple and straightforward. But here's the home page for the marketplace. On like when I tell you you can pretty much find anything on Fiverr, it's like all here. Like the basic stuff, logo design, car wraps. That's new. Like people are offering car wraps. Like that's crazy. T-shirt design, Photoshop. Like I'm sure a lot of YouTubers use Fiverr to do their Photoshop editing when they don't know how to use Photoshop. Like I don't know how to use Photoshop. So when I start improving on my YouTube videos, like higher quality and making the thumbnails, like I don't know how to do all that stuff, but I'm sure I'll be using Fiverr in the future for that. You can, if you have a social media marketing agency, you can list your services on Fiverr in the social media marketing or advertising niche, right? But yeah, you have pretty much everything here. So you can go ahead and browse through that. They have a whole bunch of stuff to offer on Fiverr, and it's really cheap, right? So if you want to get a logo design done, let's go there for a quick example. Like it's literally the first thing that pops up is whatever. Like you choose, you go through what type of design you want. I'm just choosing random stuff right now. You need to edit. No, it's fine. Whatever. Yeah, cool. And they just basically match your needs. And of course, these are higher priced right now, but we can sort it. We can say, hey, I only want to spend $10, right? And we'll find people that are only charging $10, $5, like people that are charging really cheap because you can, and that's how people, get their name out there. So what I needed was copywriting, right? So I needed a copy for this e-commerce store. So all I had to do was type in Facebook ad copywriting in the search, and I get a whole list, which is going to pop up now, a whole list of people that do this service, right? But I'm a little tight on money, right? So I'm a little tight on money, but I still want a high quality service. So I'm going to go to best selling, so that I'm only viewing people that have, so I'm looking for people that have great reviews and have sold a substantial amount and that are at my price, right? So I don't want to spend more than $15, right? So best selling under $15. Look at all these people for $15, right? This one doesn't have any reviews, but look, he's done 20, he has 20 reviews, 5 stars, 456 reviews, 4.9 stars. These are only for $10, right? This is super cheap considering the value of your service. If I were to be charging right now, and I'm charging $500, $1,000 to run for my monthly retainer, then $10-15 is nothing to outsource something that's gonna in turn create me a paycheck like way bigger than $10. It's not even 10%. It's super cheap. You can find a bunch of people here. You can go through and choose, And it's simple as that. You go in, you order, and they deliver, and you can decide then whether you like it or not, and that's how you rate people. So that's how you use Fiverr. I would always recommend using Fiverr. This is my first time having to outsource anything in since I've started my agency, because usually I have the copy down, I have everything down, I can do everything by myself. But I was stuck this time. And I think the moral of the story is pay people to do what you're not good at doing, right? Don't lower the quality of your service because you want to do everything yourself, right? I've heard it time and time again by the people that I look up to and the people that I learned this industry from. Like, just pay people for what you're not good at doing. Like, keep that quality high. Your clients are doing the same thing with you. You know how to do Facebook ads. You know how to do Google ads. Whatever you do, whatever your specialty is, whatever service you offer, you know how to do it. Your clients don't. And that's where the partnership comes together. The same thing works on sites like Fiverr, on freelance marketplaces. So yeah, that's my one tip to share to you guys. I'm gonna jump back to the regular camera and finish off this video. Yeah, so it's simple as that. You got an update of how my agency's been, and the one free tip I gave you, Fiverr, super cheap, super quick, super straightforward. It's just an easy platform to use, and it's super helpful. It really got me out of a rut this time because I really could not figure out that copy to save my life. And the copy that I got delivered for only $10, $12 really helped propel my progress forward. So yeah, I'm gonna try to give you guys more videos, more content of me doing like day-to-day work. The next video I'm gonna give you around social media marketing is cold calling, so that you guys can see my strategy on cold calling. By no means at all at this point in time am I an expert. I am still learning the game, so I'm sharing my experience with you guys. I'm not really giving any advice on cold calling. There are a few things I've learned here and there, but I'm not an expert. So when I do become an expert, I will let you guys know. Like, I'm not one of those people that's gonna fake like I know everything in the world. I've been in this industry for like, I want to say 6 months. I've learned a lot. I wouldn't call myself novice. I'm probably intermediate, but I definitely have a lot of room to improve, and I have a lot of things to learn through experience. I'm not the best salesperson, and I'm not the best copywriter, but I know what I'm doing in the ad center. So the next video you guys will see around this topic will be me cold calling, and you can take what you want out of that or even give me some advice, and I'm always open to it. So I will catch you guys next time. Don't forget to follow, comment, subscribe, like, do all of that stuff, and just follow me on my journey. Hopefully a year from now I will be in a very different place. Actually, scratch that. In a year from now, not hopefully, in a year from now, I'll be in a very different place. Especially after I graduate and really put my head down in this business and like just completely go tunnel vision, then it's gonna be game over. So yeah, catch you guys next time.